Hey, everybody, welcome to the Real United States, and welcome to the show. Recently, there has been a lot of news. If you haven't seen it, then it won't be hard to find about a thing that was started by a company up in Canada where they have started a YouTube channel that has at present been devoted to a thing called Tell America It's Great. Now, the company is The Garden, and their web channel, their YouTube channel, is The Garden North America. I'm going to link to that down in the doobly-doo, and I may even put it here on screen someplace, wherever. Check them out. This was apparently something that the employees, this is a company that doesn't deal in this specifically. They're a promotional company, but this isn't their mainstay. And some of the employees got together, and the conversation is because of the events in the news over the last few months, been kind of depressing. So they decided they would start this thing to give us a pat on the back, and encourage us here in the United States. It's an incredibly touching and gracious thing that they've done. So if you get a chance, you gotta check these out. We've subscribed. It's very touching. I don't know that these people that are posting these videos even have YouTube channels of their own per se. They're actually sending these videos to the company's website, and then they're of course looking them over and posting them on their own web channel. But it's really very touching, and it's gotten a lot of press. Which is unusual because the press likes to dwell on the bad, the morbid, the disastrous. But this has been reached so many people with this, this good news, little good news, and there's kind of a weird irony that didn't occur to me until just this very second. If those of you who are, maybe have a few years under your belt like I do, may remember the Canadian singer, absolutely iconic singer, whose name is escaping me now, and I knew it when I started to say this, Anne Murray, who did a very, very popular song, A Little Good News Today. And it's also a very touching song. It's probably indicative of the Canadian people. They are, on average, a very, very nice and very, very polite people. And so this was, and I think even what I saw, the BBC had put out an article that said this is so Canadian of them, which I think is true. It's they're good-natured people. We've had many friends from Canada. Of course, being from Michigan, we live just across the pond from our neighbors in Ontario. And since starting this YouTube channel, of course, we've met a lot more folks from our neighboring nation up there. I'm actually going to take a moment to give a shout out to a couple of them. Annie over at Anytime, delightful channel. Annie talks predominantly about movies and TV, a lot on movie history, television history, these sorts of things. She has a encyclopedia understanding of cinematography and of motion picture history. Does a delightful job. You get a chance, again, she'll be down in the doobly-doo below her channel. Check her out. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to our friend in Quebec, Felix Molchensky. Felix does a channel about Quebec, and largely it's about transportation and the sights and the sounds. Yeah, it's very earthy. It's very, this is what my part of the world looks like. And it's nice. He doesn't have a large following, but he's a nice fellow. He's got a pleasant channel. Check him out. I'll have his link down in the prescription. I'm all right. Down in the description below. So check those out. They say these are folks that we've met through our YouTube channel. Another fellow we met, Swamp Donkey. If I can find his channel, I'll put it down there. He's up in Saskatchewan, way up north. A lot of hunting and fishing stuff. Again, nice guy, very earthy, down-to-earth kind of fellow. You're going to find this from Canadians, that they're just a very, very pleasant bunch of people, on average. I mean, we've all got our, cross to bear, I suppose, but largely the Canadians are very nice folks. So anyway, this has just gone like viral. because somebody did something nice. I just, and I've seen, Washington Post and BBC and the New York Times and all these huge outlets have done stories about it. And of course, by the way, they've also got their own Twitter account. Tell America it's great. I'm going to put that down below as well. And so I don't know. It's like it surprised the world, and I don't know that it should have. I mean, I can understand why it did, but I don't know it should have. I think even though, yeah, we have our own independent sovereign nations, that we should probably spend a little more time saying, thank you or good job or hey, we got your back across the borders. And one of the things that we have had the pleasure of having over the last 4 years, and by the way, our 4-year anniversary is only 2 days off, is that we have had many people from around the world going, hey, really enjoy your channel because, these are things about the United States I never got to see. These are things I never understood about the United States. I would so like to visit your country now after seeing this. So people around the world have actually been very warm and wonderful to us here in the United States and haven't gotten maybe the press that this particular social media movement right now is getting from the garden. But there's actually, there's a lot more good folks out there in the world than you may realize if you just sit down and watch the news. By and large, there's a lot of very nice folks out there. And we're fortunate to have a lot of them as our subscribers and fans, and we appreciate that. So I just wanted to say thank you, Canada. It was very, very touching. And again, folks, if you're watching this from overseas, I don't know, watch your channel, give them a like, tell them you appreciate that they got our backs. It was a very, very touching thing, and I'm enjoying all the new videos as they come out. It's interesting to see all these different faces from different parts. Because Canada's a huge country, by the way. It's huge. Although it's not as populous as the United States, it's geographically very, very large place. And so you get all these different people with different backgrounds and, coming and saying, hey, America, you're doing good, and we got your back. And it's a little unfortunate that we had to have this kind of media circus in order to bring that out in people. But the fact that it happened at all is a good thing. So thanks a lot, folks, for joining us here on The Real United States. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you'll check out the channels that we've got listed below. If you got questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Give us a like if you would. I'd appreciate that. Please share this with your friends. Get the word out. We really appreciate what our folks up there to the north of us are doing. So share this around. And if you're new here, hey, pick subscribe. Come along for the adventure. We got lots more to show you. And as always, thank you for watching.